Hello everybody and welcome to Super Smash League. Today we are doing the playoffs. We've got our 8 best competitors facing off in a knockout tournament until we have a champion. And that champion is going to take home that banner and the bragging rights of being our Summer 2019 champion. So, without further ado, let's get into the first game. Alright, first up today we have in our first match Caden versus Sean. And looks like Caden's going to go back with his main Ness and Sean's going to stick with Yoshi. Alright. Alright, here we go. These games today are best 3 out of 5. There we go. Caden going for the PK Thunder Missile. Misses, but oh, Sean's gonna drop a stock. Unfortunately early there. Now, these players have never played against each other in this tournament. The way we have it set up is that no players will face off against a player they have faced before until at least round 2. Sean landing nice and safe on the platform there. Both of these players at a high percentage. Caden has the distinct advantage of having a stock up on Sean here. Sean landing a good forward smash, but that's not enough to kill, surprisingly, from midway in the stage. And at 100, I think it was 11% when he connected on that. Oh, Caden survives that too. That was a very well-timed down B. There it is. There's the first stock getting dropped. Sean landing the smash attack. Getting the rollout. A decent percentage up on Caden to start. Here's the next stock. He's got a lot of ground to cover though. He's down by an entire stock at about an equal damage percentage. There's the forward smash baseball bat from Caden. It's not enough to do anything at this percentage. Oh no. Oh, not like this. And game 1 goes to Caden. Just gotta get the rust off, I think, and we'll have a nice competitive match. Saw some flashes of glory there from both our competitors there. Let's see where we're gonna go next. We're gonna go to Dreamland? No. Looks like we're gonna stick with an Omega map. He's gonna... No? Gonna go Super Happy Tree Battlefield from the Yoshi universe. And taking out the music specific. Sean gonna stick with Yoshi, and Caden is gonna stick with Ness. Both players sticking with their mains.
3, 2, 1, go!
Sean showing that he's not going to go down without a fight, at least early here, as he gets a high percentage up on Caden. Not going to let him get comfortable. He's got those platforms to work with now. And ooh, wow, that did a lot of knockback for such a low percentage. I guess maybe it's because it's such a hard move to land. And Sean falls from the sky, gets underneath, and he lands the up tilt to kill. Oh, he lands on that one again, unfortunately. And that's gonna make it even. 2 stocks apiece. But Sean comes out swinging after losing that stock, and he's gonna get 53% damage. But wow, Caden just turns it right back around and gets 77 in the last 90 in the last maybe 25 seconds there. And he's gonna juggle. He's gonna, ooh, almost fell for it again. Caden reading his opponent pretty well. And there's the PK missile. He calls his own shot after the fact. Sean going on the chase. Not sure I understand the hurt blocks on that, but he's a good shot nonetheless. He goes for the point blank up B. Baseball bat having a little bit more range than a face. And that's gonna do it. Game 2 goes to Caden. Now, will we see the reverse sweep, or is this gonna be a sweep? It was a good game, much more competitive game. I think Sean's a little more happy with his performance there. I thought that was pretty good. He's just gotta be careful on those down B attacks from Ness when he's going down himself. And you're gonna stick with the tried and true. And Sean's gonna switch over to Bowser. Alright, let's see. Will we have more games? Dodge there from Sean. He stands in the PK fire and he just eats it. Lands the drop kick. He jumps directly into that. Good dodge. Gets timed perfectly. And it doesn't matter because he's going to drop right on his head. And we're even. 2 stocks apiece, 0% damage. Now, if Sean goes up a stock at any point at this stage in the game, that could be a game going over to him very easily. So, Caden's got to be very. Oh, that's just gonna heal him right up. Energy projectiles will heal Ness when he uses that move. He will just absorb it. All the damage that would have been dealt to him comes in healing. Oh, that could have killed. Bowser has a good low kill percentage. He's got to be very careful. His strategy is definitely go up a stock as soon as possible here. Oh, and that's not going to be possible anymore. Getting very smart about that. Very good with that PK Thunder. Gets the juggles very well. And there it is. Caden gets the sweep. And he moves on to round number 2, our semifinals. All right. Coming up next, we have Thomas Schmid versus Brady Emmon. All right, guys, let's see. Where would they like to play? Thomas coming into the fold here, taking his seat on the left, Brady on the right. We are going to Final Destination.
Start battle.
Brady going to Toon Link. That's what he has played primarily this entire tournament. Sticking with what he is familiar with. And week 1, he had a rough start, but the following 2 weeks, he cleaned house and really brought it back. All right, Toon Link versus Mario. Thomas playing the Mario here in that fancy suit from Super Mario Galaxy. Pretty even trade so far as the players feel each other out. Great timed move from Thomas there. But the tether, perfect by Brady. He gets back on the stage. We've got as even a first stock as I have ever seen in a 1v1 here in a series. All right, can Thomas even it up? That's a high percentage on a very low weight character Toon Link, and he does. We've got an even game here. Marginal difference in damage percentage. Still anybody's game. Narrowly missing the back air there. Mario, it wouldn't have killed, but it would have knocked him off the stage and made him have to recover. Bomb point blank. Good combo to rack up about 50% damage on Mario there. Mario catches the bomb. He gets blasted away like Team Rocket. And that doesn't kill. Wow, that is impressive. Got a little lucky there, fortunately for him. Unfortunate for Brady. Thomas decides he's going to take it to him. He goes up and hits the up air. Now, Brady is also now in a killed percentage. And he's going to land the down air, and that's going to be the second stock taken. But he is not safe as he gets knocked away by the forward smash. We are even. I think so far Brady has the slight advantage, only in that he's just racked up the damage just a little bit before Thomas has been able to rack up the damage on him. He's got the kills just moments before Thomas is able to come back and kill him. This is what you want to see in competitive Smash. Especially two lesser played characters like this. It's always interesting to watch. Wow, that was a fantastic up air to finish that game 1. Brady takes game number 1. Well done. Alright, where will they go next? They're gonna go to Battlefield.
Stop battle. Piranha Flag.
And Thomas is going to switch to Piranha Plant, and all Brady's going to do is change his color. He's going to go with Dark Toon Link.
3, 2, 1, go!
Piranha Plant is one of those characters I can't believe they added to Super Smash Brothers, honestly. I mean, it's a potted plant from the Mario series, and that's just so silly to me. It's wonderful, don't get me wrong. But I can't believe they even thought of that. Thomas coming out strong here, getting a high damage percentage racked up on Brady. Brady at 100%. Oh, and he jumps right into that, unfortunately. Thomas using the platforms very well here. Getting up and underneath. He knows Brady wants to come down with his down A. Looking for those forward smashes. That will kill. And the two attacks cancel each other out. Brady making a run back on this damage percentage here. He will not go down without a fight. He will not lose his first stock without a fight. Oh, wow. That recovery by Piranha Plant is hilariously good. That was a fantastic spike ball. Very well timed. And Brady's just going to run it right back. Wow, 60% damage in just 2 moves there. He ducks with the down B. Thomas comes in with the 2 quick jabs. Brady standing over in the platform. Great bomb from off stage. Goes for the down A as he sees there's no platform above Thomas for him to be safe. Unlike Yoshi, where Yoshi can go through the platforms with his, Toon Link cannot. Got another very even game here. These two competitors are fighting very evenly, very well. That bomb almost seemed to stick to him and gravitate towards him. Oh, that timing was real good. He's gonna basically force Brady to recover awkwardly, and ends up not recovering at all. But he's still at a very high damage percentage, and he's gotta rack up a lot of damage before Brady finishes him. Otherwise, it's gonna be just completely even. Great bomb throw by Brady. He gets the second stock dropped on Thomas. He can still run it back here, I'm sure. This is about as close as it's gonna get. Wow. He's reading those spike balls very well. He's edge guarding very well with those spike balls here in this matchup. Oh, and another spike ball kill. He used the spike ball in all 3 of his kills. And Thomas is going to take game number 2. We are even at 1 apiece. That is hype. How do we feel about that, chat? That was a good game. We've got a good pair of games here. These are 2 very evenly matched up players. Excuse me. As we get into game number 3. Who is going to take the lead here as we go into game number 3? Brady gonna stick with his main, Toon Link, and Thomas is gonna switch it up again. He's gonna switch over to Dark Samus. Interesting. Let's see how this goes, folks. He's not gonna let Brady get comfortable with any particular character, let him learn any of his specific strategies, but can he play them all as well? As we get into the first punches and hits traded here, we've still got a very even matchup. Brady looking for the charged B special. Excuse me, Thomas, rather. Thomas connects on his B special, and that's going to be the first stock dropped by Brady. Alright, and Brady unable to even this up so far as Thomas gets a ton of damage in on him before he's going to, I'm assuming, eventually drop a stock. He's doing a great job of getting that damage percentage up. Still in there with 140%. Managing to hang out in the middle of the stage and avoid getting knocked off very well. As he's got Brady into kill range just about. Yep, definitely in kill range now at 100%, 103%. If he gets hit with that projectile, that's going to be it. That'll be his second stock. As you can see, Thomas on Dark Samus is, ooh, narrowly misses that. And Thomas takes the second stock off of Brady. He gets the 3-1 lead. This is the biggest lead we've seen these two, and either of these two competitors have against each other in this series. And there it is. That's the first stock dropped on Thomas. He's been playing this very intelligently. Brady finally fed up with that. He gets the kill. He gets a high damage percentage right off the bat. He's going for blood. He needs to even this up so he doesn't go down 2-1 in this series. He gets the great down A. He's got a good, he's keeping his damage percentage low, which is great. He only has one stock. He does not have a lot to, he has a distinct disadvantage against Thomas right now. Both players getting knocked up by each other's attacks at the same time. Thomas with a good knockback, good control on that missile. It's making it very difficult for Brady to get back, but he has the tether and he uses it very effectively. He's still in danger though. He's at 100% and he's a light character, so he could get knocked away very easily if he's not careful, especially here in the air. Oh, a fantastic down A to counter that up air. And we're even in stocks, but Thomas definitely has a distinct advantage here. Oh, and there it is. That's game number 3 going over to Thomas. But as we've seen, these two competitors are extremely even. We might even go to game 5, let alone game 4. Now let's see, will Thomas close this out in game 4, or will we have that game 5? Just want to say thank you to everybody who is tuning in right now, wherever you may be watching this. We want to also thank Prime Motor Group for sponsoring this tournament. Thank you very much for sponsoring us over the last 4 weeks. We very much appreciate that. Alright. Thomas switching it up once more. He's going with the Yoshi. Okay, here we go. Thomas gonna stick with that. I mean, excuse me. Brady gonna stick with that Toon Link. He's been playing it very well. Seems to know all the combinations and moves fairly well, as good as a Toon Link as I've seen. And like the last 3 games, we have an extremely even first couple of hits here. They are about as close as you can expect to be on the first stock here. They've just been trading even this entire series. Great down air from Brady. Oh, and he gets him through the platform, bounces him up in the air, and gets the up air to get the first kill. That was fantastic. That was a great combination. You know, he went into training mode and practiced that a few times before. Excellent. Excellently done. Thomas misses the forward smash, and Brady capitalizes on his vulnerability after that, but it doesn't matter as Brady drops his first stock. Thomas in danger though. He's at 73%. He needs to do some work here to even this back up, otherwise he may go down 2-1. Gets the down air. Players just basically trading down airs on one another, just dropping down from above and seeing what they can hit. And still extremely even here in game number 4. Brady refusing to drop his second stock there, despite being at 135% when he got hit there. At 150 now. He's basically a flick away from losing a stock. And wow, Thomas manages to survive that. The next heavy hit is gonna kill, or both of them, honestly. And there it is. He gets the down air in the air, way above the stage, and that's enough to kill. I'll see if Brady can even this up. He's down to 1 stock here, and he's down 2 games to 1. So he's in a bit of a vulnerable position. He's got to run this back a bit if he wants to force that game 5. And as we've seen so far here, he is certainly capable of that as he takes that second stock off of Thomas. Now let's see who will take this game Will we have game 5? Or will this be Thomas moving on to the semifinals? Good down air from both competitors. Creating a bit of damage, avoiding that aerial attack. He's got to get below Yoshi if he can. And there it is. Game number 4 goes to Thomas. An excellently played game by Brady, though. That really could have gone either way. Two very good competitors playing against one another. And that's going to be in the next round. Thomas is going to face off against Caden. Game number 1 today. Coming up next, we have Jaden versus Mike Leone. Jaden Courage versus Mike Leone. Thank you everybody tuning in. This is match number 3 as we move on to 2 new competitors. And Mike is gonna stick with his main here, Ness. And let's see who Jaden plays. Jaden has played Lucina so far, as well as another character that is slipping my mind at the moment, unfortunately. But he has played a lot of Lucina.
2, 1, go!
Players opting to play the Omega version of Memento. Basically, anytime I play against Mike, he picks an Omega map. Mike landing pretty good combo, damage combination here to get up to 103% really quick. Jaden needs to get in close. Lucina does not have any projectiles, so whereas Ness obviously does. So he's got to space very carefully, lands a good up tilt, knock him into the air, isn't able to capitalize, but then he follows up after he lands and evens up the damage. Both players in kill range. The mistimed counter bites him in the butt. And there's a good counter, very well timed. That was probably on the very last frame he could have landed that. And there's the up smash, but it doesn't kill because they're on the opposite side of the stage of the direction they were heading. Oh, Jaden almost self-destructs there. Good down air. Still not enough to kill. Oh, and he dodges the attack, but it doesn't matter. He used his up B to dodge it, and since he couldn't grab the ledge immediately after, that'll be a stock as he falls to his doom. Mike at an absurdly high damage percentage, and he still doesn't drop a stock. There it is. Jaden finally securing that first kill on Mike. And now Jaden has a lot of ground to cover. He's at a high damage percentage on his final stock. And there it is. Mike goes for the PK missile and it connects. Mike will take game number 1. Now, will we see a change in strategy from Jaden? Or will he go with the Lucina again? They're going to go with the random Omega. That's right, Jaden had played a lot of Snake. Will Mike also change? He's going to Piranha Plant. Yep. Here we go. Snake versus Piranha Plant. Both characters just completely changing it up.
3, 2, 1, go!
Now, viewers of the channel may recall last week Jaden had a ridiculous recovery as Snake off stage that made our weekly highlight. Jaden using the bombs very effectively here, all of the projectiles. Mike recovering fairly easily, waiting until the last moment to use his up special. But that's going to be the first stock dropped by him as Jaden takes him out on the up tilt. Mike looking for the down B, but it does not connect, narrowly missing. Mike somewhat struggling on Piranha Plant here against this, against Snake. A lot of projectiles, and Piranha Plant has to get in and actually hit you with stuff, except for the spike ball. He drops that first stock and goes for the taunt as he gets narrowly avoids that mortar shot. And Jaden almost completely avoids hitting Mike with the rocket, but he times it very well and goes in and secures the kill. And Mike will drop his second stock of this game. Oh, and that's a stun. But he's not at a high enough damage percentage for, oh. Looks like we get a controller DC. And we're gonna switch up controllers here. Oh, nope. And that's really unfortunate. He dropped the stock right when that can. I'm not sure if this is the correct controller order. Unfortunate time for the controller to die. And they're just gonna switch controllers with each other. Jaden lands the back air right over that, right over the spike ball. Then he connects on the mine, the C4 he planted. Gets the point blank rocket. That is very unfortunate for Jaden. He lost his stock basically because the controller died while he was in the air. That feels bad, man. Well, Michael will go up 2-0 as we go into game number 3. And we'll go with Ness versus Snake. Mike going back to his main of Ness.
3, 2, 1, go!
And there's no music playing, which sounds a little strange. Pretty even matchup here in game number 3. Let's see if Mike will close it out or if Jaden will take his first game. In this 5-game series. Mike just kind of juggling him off stage with that PK Thunder, and then he sends him off, dropping his first stock as soon as he gets back over the stage. Good combination with the aerials there by Mike. He gets that damage percentage up to where he is, but he's got a whole stock advantage. And there it is. He's gonna go up 3-1 now. And there's the first stock. Sneaky, sneaky. Mike pretty much just not letting Jaden touch the ground here. And he's going to go straight through the rocket and land the PK Thunder Missile to sweep Jaden 3-0. Well played game by both of these guys. And coming up next, it's going to be Joey Schmid, who is Thomas's brother, versus Jacob Teague, who unbelievably didn't lose a single game in the group stage, so he is undefeated as we get into the playoffs here. Certainly the player to watch. He was telling me that earlier today he was playing at a local tournament of about 20-something players, and he took second place. Alright, as we get controllers situated here, just want to take a moment to thank everybody who's watching right now. Thank you. And thank you to Prime Motor Group for underwriting this program. We appreciate that very, very much. And it looks like Joey's going to go with Corin, one of my favorite characters, and Jacob is going to play some Richter. Corin is one of the main characters from Fire Emblem and can be played in this game as either a male or a female to go along with how that character could be played in the Fire Emblem series. You pick the character's gender when you start the game. Richter is from Castlevania, and so most of his abilities are vampire hunting tools. And as you can see there, he can use his whip chain to tether to the side of the stage and makes his recovery a little bit better. Fairly even so far, as both players rack up a considerable amount of damage, even as it can be at this point. Great dodge from Jacob there to jump over and connect on the forward attack. And he gets the up air combo there to secure the first kill. Joey landing his side B to nearly knock Jacob out on his first stock. Gotta get in there a little bit quicker. That that special attack from Corrin will cause a certain time of stun, as you see there. They will pause there before being knocked off. And there's a chomp that comes with it afterwards. If you dodge the projectile and get in close range, you better be careful because it's gonna chomp you. Joey leaving himself a bit vulnerable there. He goes into free fall after using his up B. There's the up B from Jacob, and he throws an axe. That's perfectly timed to secure the second kill rather, on Joey in this first of a 5-game series. Uh-oh. Leaves himself in a very vulnerable position when you go off the stage like that as Corrin. It can be very difficult to avoid being edge guarded. Your opponent can really make it difficult for you to get back on the stage there, and you can drop a stock with relatively low damage taken. Jacob landing the up special, going for the back air kill. The axe connects in the air, well timed, and he's going to take game number 1. The winner of this match will face Mike Leone in the second game of the semifinals. Let's see what we get here. Are we going to get a change in character? No. Jacob is going to stick with Richter. Joey's going to go with Larry, who is who's Bowser Jr., but with a different appearance. Larry is one of the characters you have to defeat in the Mario series when you go from castle to castle. He controls one of the castles and is one of the bosses, one of the earlier bosses that you usually have to defeat. Good up air juggle. He hasn't taken any damage. And there it is, the first bit of damage, but it's only 2.6%, and he almost secures a kill on that aerial attack. And Joey leaves himself very vulnerable there as he free falls back to the stage, tries to avoid getting directly above Jacob as Richter. But it doesn't matter. He just waits till Jacob just waits till he comes to the ground and hits him with that forward smash. There's the holy water, and that's gonna be the second stock. He gimped him perfectly there as he tried to get back on the stage, and with that, he had no more recovery options and was basically in free fall. Very well thrown axe there, leaving Joey with very little recovery options. And that's going to do it. That's game number 2 going over to Jacob as he 3-stocks Joey. Very well played. Now will we see another change in character from Joey as we go into game number 3 as he tries to avoid being swept. He and his brother have both played fantastically throughout this tournament, as is evidenced by them making the playoffs. And Jacob's actually going to switch over to Pokemon Trainer. Joey considers going to Bowser, now thinking about Isabelle. Inkling, he goes over to Inkling. Alright, game number 3 of the last match of the first round of the playoffs. And here we are fighting in Pokemon Stadium. And Jacob just gets right to it, taking the first stock in the first 20 seconds. He is a very good Pokemon trainer player. Goes for the Flare Blitz as Joey doesn't move anywhere. He gets the grab attack. Goes for the tilts. Switches to Squirtle to get a couple extra hits in and damage quickly. Then switches to Ivysaur, which I believe is going to be who he's going to use to finish, and he does it right there with the up air. And now we're going with the Charizard, who unfortunately gets relegated far too often to being the weakest of the 3, but let's see what we can do here with that. He's heavy. He's tough to knock off the stage. And he can fly, but we switch to Squirtle and now to Ivysaur. And he switches over to Charizard, I'm assuming looking for potential recovery options just in case he needed it. Switching constantly, making it difficult to gauge what he's going to do next. He looks for that up air finisher, which is what he's used the last 2 times. Gonna go with the, yep, there it is. And he takes game number 3, sweeping with 3 stock. Okay, he's gonna take on Mike Leone. Jacob's gonna take on Mike Leone in the second match we have here. But first, we have Caden versus Thomas as we start the semifinals here. Thank you all for tuning in so far. We've got 3 more matches for you tonight. 2 semifinals and our grand finals. Which, by the way, whoever wins today, they're going to be taking home this. They get to brag to all their friends that they won. So let's see what we get here. Will Caden go with the Ness, or will he switch to one of his other characters that he's been playing? And Thomas is going to go with Kirby. I'm not sure if I've seen him play Kirby so far in this tournament. I know that Logan Emmett has been playing a lot of Kirby. But, and Caden's just going to go with Ness. He's just going to go with what he knows and try to win doing exactly that. So, Here we go. We are on a battlefield themed map stage. Thomas absorbs the mess. He gets some of his PK abilities, his psychic abilities. Steps in looking for that hammer, but it is telegraphed, and Caden knows it. Goes in, gets the air kill, and then looks for the missile there. It wouldn't have done too much, but it has a lot of knockback regardless. One thing I noticed when people have been playing against Ness in this tournament, they have been criminally underutilizing shielding. And that's not any particular player, that seems to be tournament-wide. Caden looking like he may go ahead and 3-stock in this first game here. Let's see what Thomas can do, because he's been playing very well this tournament, I'd say. And by the way, the 4 players that have made it so far into the semifinals are Caden, Thomas, Mike, and Jacob, just in case you missed it. Looking for the missile, that definitely would have finished it. And he is not going to get that 3-stock. Thomas, let's see. Can you run it back after going down that many stocks? I've seen it happen before. Nope, that's gonna do it. Caden playing that Ness very well. It'll be interesting to see if we get Mike versus Caden at any point, because both of them are Ness mains. However, they did play each other before in the group play, so I think we have seen that.
Start the battle.
What are we gonna get? Neither player just picking a character. I think they're just feeling each other out, seeing what the other one's gonna take first. All right, Thomas is gonna go with Ridley, and Caden's gonna switch to Zelda.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ridley is a villain from the Metroid Prime series, which is where Samus comes from, and Zelda, obviously, the titular character of the Legend of Zelda series. Thomas gets a great early stock on Caden here. As he's going to show that he will not go down easily. He's even got a damage percentage and a stock advantage here so far. He's just not really letting Caden touch the ground, and if he does, it's not for long. Really playing his range well as Ridley. But he's going to drop his first stock. However, Caden is in danger of dropping his second stock, as he's at 120, 140%. Ooh, and he dodges, but good thing Ridley has wings, as he recovers onto the stage very easily. And there's the forward smash to secure that second stock. And there's gonna be game number 2 going to Thomas as he shows that he is not gonna go down without a fight. We are tied 1 apiece here. What a great game. Thomas running it back there after getting losing, I think 2-0. He goes ahead and he does the same thing back to Caden. Alright, will we see another character switch here? Looks like they don't want to reveal too much, but eventually they will have to take somebody. Caden considering the Zelda again, but nope, he's gonna go with the Mega Man. I've seen a lot of him playing Mega Man. And Thomas is gonna go with Lucas. I've not seen a lot of Lucas this tournament.
3, 2, 1, go!
Thomas at first having a little trouble staying on the stage and getting some attacks in as Caden just hits him with a barrage, but then he gets a few in of his own, and now they're just going back and forth trading these shots. Oh, and that very easily could have been the first stock. Well read by Thomas there. He gets the counter attack. It was just absolutely perfectly timed. Thomas really turning this one around. It looked like he had a disadvantage at the beginning, but he is up a stock, albeit at a high damage percentage, and really doing some work on that Mega Man, but he's going to drop his second stock as Caden spams taunts. Caden just kind of dancing around trying to avoid. Perhaps to bait Thomas into making a mistake. Thomas jumping over the attack, getting in close range, and almost getting killed there as Caden on Mega Man turns around for the counter attack. Now, Caden is up 1 stock, but he's at a high damage percentage, so this could be even very quickly. Here's the PK fire. Narrowly misses the second PK fire. And there he is. He gets that second stock the same way he got the first. Very well read. And any attack really could finish here. I'm expecting to see perhaps a couple more combos. There it is. Game number 3 going over to Caden. And a very even matchup, that one. Okay. Let's see what we get here in game number 4. Will we see Caden secure it here, going up 3-1? Or will we go to game number 5? Our first game 5 of the day. Let's see. They're gonna go with the Battlefield version of Mushroom Kingdom 2. And Thomas contemplating Mewtwo. And he goes with Meta Knight. Meta Knight versus Mega Man. Meta Knight, Mega Man.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, that'll do it. That stinks, folks. That is a tough way to lose your first stock, especially when you are down a game and facing elimination. Thomas has some ground to cover here, some ground to make up as he is down a stock in his elimination game. Getting some good damage in there, but he's got to go above and beyond here. Caden not really giving him any opportunity to get in close for an attack, whereas Mega Man has ranged attacks. Meta Knight has to get in close. It's not the second stock quite yet. Darn near close. There's the second stock. Caden not dropping one yet, but there it is. Oh, wow. Narrowly recovers there. I think that's about as close to the edge as you can get without dropping a stock. He does it again. But not that time. Thomas connects on that forward smash with Meta Knight and finally gets that first kill. Thomas getting a good volley of attacks in here. He's got to get very aggressive here. Oh no! That is a really unfortunate way to lose. As Caden secures game number 4 rather, and that's the 3 games he needed to go to the finals. Caden is going to be our first finalist. Let's see who his opponent's going to be as Jacob and Mike Leone face off in the second match of the semifinals.
Start the battle.
Okay, let's see. Will Mike go with his Ness here? And we're gonna get the mains coming out here. Pokemon Trainer versus Ness. Mike is on Ness, and Jacob on Pokemon Trainer.
3, 2, 1, go!
Both these players kind of feeling each other out. Jacob switching to Charizard rather early compared to how he normally plays this. Goes for the Flare Blitz, connects perfectly. Switches back to Squirtle. Mike keeps his distance, comes in for that attack there. Jacob switches to Ivysaur off screen. Goes for the up air attack. Gets the Vine Whip. And this looks like it's going to be another really even one, folks. Mike leaves himself in a point of vulnerability going for the PK Thunder finisher. And he pays the price for it. Jacob, however, air dodges that PK Thunder, comes down and takes advantage of Mike needing to be stationary for the duration of the cast of PK Thunder. Great combination from Jacob there. He is starting to really rack up that damage. He's got the advantage of an entire stock, so he's doing as much as he can. Goes for the Flare Blitz, gets back on the opposite side of the stage. Gets the Flare Blitz kill, and he's up 3-1 here in this first game. He's going to switch to Squirtle, but he is in danger of dropping a stock if he's not careful, given that Squirtle is so light. Ness's attacks are so powerful. Jacob landing the up air, nearly killing. Mike in this started out very even, but now Mike is in danger of getting 3-stocked, and he does. Well played by Jacob. Showing off his expertise in Pokemon Trainer. He's going to take game number 1 in this 5-game series. Alright, we're gonna go with the same cast of characters.
Three, two, one, go!
Parried by Mike early on there. Both characters just kind of dancing around, not wanting to get too close. And then Jacob goes in and lands a 4-hit combo. Now switching to Ivysaur and looking for that medium level damage. He switches to Charizard, and I think he's going to try and finish here early. Mike recovers with the PK Thunder. Jacob just out of range with that Charizard down smash. Oh my goodness gracious. He lands 2 Squirtle hits and then goes in for the Ivysaur finisher up air. That's 2 forward airs. Combos into 2 up airs. Forward air into up air. Now he switches to Charizard. He's looking for the finisher here. And he switches Pokemon to avoid getting attacked right there. Lands the hit on Squirtle. Lands the hit with Squirtle. Oh, Mike goes into free fall, and that's going to be his second stock dropped. Jacob really showing off how well he knows the timing and spacing on that Squirtle attack there. He gets like 40% damage and switches to Ivysaur immediately. Goes into a second combo and then hits him with the up B to secure the 3-stock in game number 2. My goodness gracious, folks. And we're gonna go to the Omega version of Boxing Ring, the Little Max stage. Let's see if Mike can recover here. He hasn't even taken a single stock off of Jacob yet. Mike having a hard time getting the damage in on here as Jacob keeps switching his characters out. He's on Ivysaur now. Charizard. Looking for that forward smash to finish. Now he switches to Squirtle. He's looking for the combinations here. There we go. I predict he's looking for the forward smash. I'm looking... Mike goes in for the grab, but he gets the Flare Blitz on the vulnerable Ness, who was using PK Thunder to try and get the kill there. Now, this one is a lot closer, folks. Switching to Ivysaur. Flare Blitz blocked by the shield. And there's the first stock Jacob has dropped in this series. Mike, not content with being 3-stocked a third time here in this semifinal, he recovers. Stays just out of range of that smash attack from Charizard. And there's going to be his second stock dropped. He's not going to go out with a fight this time. Lands the PK Fire, goes into the combination, looks for the forward air. Does not connect, he just narrowly misses it. Looks for that PK Thunder. He's got to be careful there. He's left himself vulnerable and has been killed a couple times because of it. Luckily connects there on that PK Thunder. PK Thunder into grab, back air, back throw, which scales very high depending on the damage your opponent has taken, and that secures the kill. We've got a very close match here. Mike really turning it up a notch as he wants to run this back. Fantastic combo from Jacob. You've seen him run that combination at least 6 or 7 times so far, and it has worked wonderfully. I think Mike just took about 70% damage in that one combo, and that's going to do it. He's going to go on to the finals. Jacob T going up 3-0 in this best of 5, securing it all with Pokemon Trainer. And in our finals here, as we move on to the finals, it's going to be Caden versus Jacob. And thank you all for tuning in so far. We are going on to our finals to determine who is going to take home the banner and the bragging rights of winning our local tournament. Special thank you to Prime Moto Group for underwriting this tournament. We very much so appreciate that. You've been a big help in helping us put this on. We appreciate that, of course. And thank you to all the people who have watched from home with this tournament. If you're watching this on Twitch, leave a follow. If you like what you've seen so far, we're going to try and do more things like this as we go forward. Here we are, game number 1. Caden is going to play the Ness, and Jacob's going to switch over to Richter. This is Jacob's second finals appearance of the day. And there's that shield I was looking for on those PK Thunder missiles. Blocks it with the holy water and is prepared with the shield. But as I was saying, Jacob came in second place in a tournament earlier today. Oh, there's the PK missile connecting, nearly killing. Caden going for the taunt. Very vulnerable as he falls back to earth. That was very dangerous. He could have dropped a second stock right there. Well comboed there. He hit him with the holy water, the boomerang, and a forward attack. A very well thrown axe there. He knows that range very well. So many items. So many projectiles. Goes for the taunt after hitting the forward air. But he's going to drop his first stock, and we have a 2-1 game, albeit very even on damage. But Caden has some ground to cover here. Jacob landing his version of PK Fire, which is the Holy Water. Narrowly missing that axe as Caden was very much so in a position of vulnerability. Getting a good PK Thunder there. And that's going to do it. Game number 1, going over to Jacob. Alright, where will we go next? Are we going to stick with Omega, or will we change it up? Looks like we are going to go with Summit, the Omega version, which is basically, it's from the Ice Climbers, so it's polar themed. Oh, we're getting a Captain Falcon here. I don't think we've seen one this entire tournament. We've got Captain Falcon versus Mega Man. Captain Falcon played by Jacob and Mega Man played by Caden. Mega Man with a fair amount of projectiles and utility in his kit, whereas Captain Falcon is pretty much about being fast, getting in your face, and landing some sweet aerials, and comboing. He gets the back smash. And that's going to be the first stock drop by Caden, but Jacob is at a very high damage percentage and could drop his first stock at any moment if he's not careful. There's the second stock. He goes for the taunt as he gets that in the air. Caden having a tough time even hitting the ground at certain points during this. Oh, he goes for the Falcon Punch. I do have to admit, I love a good Falcon Punch. Hits the back air. That's going to be game number 2 in this best of 5 finals. Will Jacob go through this entire tournament without dropping a single game? Let's find out. Let's see what Caden can do. Will Caden run this back and get a miraculous reverse sweep? Let's find out. He's gonna go back to Ness, and Jacob's gonna go with random. He gets Sheik.
3, 2, 1, go!
Sheik is the alter ego of Zelda, for those who don't know. And at one point, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, they were the same character. You would use a move and you would switch between the two. Sheik is the fast-hitting, fast-moving, builds up the damage percentage character, whereas Zelda was the spell-casting finisher. A really good gimp there from Jacob. Oh, and that's gonna be the first stock dropped by Caden. As his body drops, the PK Thunder cannot catch up to him. And he's gonna run it back, and we're at 2-2, folks, in game 3 of 5 of this final series. Well blocked and then comboed to get that second stock taken off of Caden. Will this be it? Oh, one life of peace, albeit Caden at a distinct disadvantage here. He's played fantastic this whole tournament. And that's going to do it. Jacob wins with the random. And we have a champion, folks. Alright, folks. I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in. I've got to go give the champion his banner. And a special thank you to Prime Motor Group for underwriting this. Thank you everybody who tuned in to watch. We very much so appreciate it. Keep on the lookout. We're going to do more things like this in the future. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Have a good night, folks. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that, and have a good night.